this weekend, it's back to Premier League talk as Liverpool will be taking on Leeds. And just a reminder, after those 3 losses in a row for Liverpool, they did have that win on Sunday against West Ham United. Then it was back to a draw on Wednesday against Sunderland. So ahead of Leeds, let's get word from Arne Slot.
What steps do you feel you've taken in the past week with 4 points from a couple of games just to start turning things around?
Now, the first thing you said in your question, 4 points out of 2 games, is different than the last 2 home games we've played, which we've both lost and conceded 7 goals. And in the last 2 games, we were 1 deflection away from keeping 2 clean sheets. I said against West Ham, the good thing for us was that they didn't score their one and only chance. And the same thing happened again in this game. They did not score the only chance they had. And you're looking at me, but they did score, yeah, but that for me was not a chance. The only chance they had was after 93 minutes when they went 1-on-1 to the goalkeeper. So that's a step forward if you compare that to 7 goals conceded in 2 games. We did not concede a set piece in both games, which is also important. As a result of that, maybe we got 2 results. And I think there are also positives to take from the players we've brought in during the summer that I see they are getting more and more consistent in their performances. Florian is maybe the most obvious one, but I see the same with Milos Kerkez as well. Alex scored his first goal a game ago. So, yeah, there are positives to take, but of course still not where we want to be. Let that be obvious and clear.
What do you make of what he had to say?
Sounds like they're having a great season.
That's the thing, he's even getting sarcastic at the point, you know, but the last chance that Sunderland had, had Liverpool lost that game, I think he could have been fired, you know, because people are starting to be fed up with him, you know, trying to find excuses about the results that they have. I mean, we can recognize Liverpool from last season, and it's part of because of his responsibility of not being able to put the best team, to find the chemistry between the new players and the former player. But he can't talk like that. I mean, we don't listen to him anymore because he's not saying the truth, and what we obviously all see.
Did it read to you what he had to say there?
Well, they've just played one of the weakest teams going forward in the league in West Ham, who don't create a lot of chances, and they won. And they played a side in Sunderland who've promoted from the Championship, having a great season, but particularly away from home. They did it at Chelsea. They got a great result at Chelsea, but they sit in and they defend deep and they hit you on the break. And that's what Sunderland did, and that's why Sunderland did not create many chances against Liverpool, not because Liverpool were great defensively. What he forgot to mention, that his skipper again made more mistakes. His skipper gave the ball away, his skipper turned his back, his skipper Van Dijk never closed the ball down. That was the goal, off the deflection off his hip. They play Leeds this weekend at Ellen Road. Leeds, who could have came back from 2-0 down, didn't against Man City, but could have in the second half. Leeds, who have just beaten Chelsea at home. And Leeds, who, I know we threw a stat out in midweek, Mark Ogden's fault, it was wrong, right? Oggy.
That's why we avoid stats.
But it was something like they only lost once at home in 18 months, but I think it was a couple of times. But part of that's in the Championship. But they've got their ginger up, Leeds. They're feeling a bit more confident about themselves. Daniel Farke got his players playing. If Liverpool were to be on the wrong end of another result here at Ellen Road against another promoted team, he's just going to face more questions. And would I be super confident that Liverpool are going to go to Ellen Road and win? No. Because they haven't defended particularly well recently, even if the results have been slightly better. And
Leeds obviously needing points themselves, as you can see where they're sitting as it stands right now, just outside of the relegation zone on 14 points in 17th place right now. So that's one of the games that's coming up this weekend in the Premier League. What's your prediction on it, Craig?
Do you know what? Great atmosphere, Ellen Road, feeling good about themselves. Liverpool not. I'm going to go for a draw. 2-2.
Frank?
I want to go for a draw as well. And because of the position Leeds is right now, I'm saying that you can't win against Chelsea and also win against Liverpool. You have to have weaknesses and drop some points. So yeah, I'm going to go for 1-1, 1-0 for me. Yeah.
They lost a goal, Leeds, at the Etihad after a minute, 59 seconds. And then they lost another one. But they still had enough about them, enough character, enough skill, enough desire to come out the second half and take the game to Manchester City at the Etihad and then beat Chelsea. So they are not going to be a team that's just going to roll over for Liverpool and say, hey, get your season going, start here at Ellen Road.
Yeah, that's the last of the games on Saturday. The first of them is Aston Villa taking on Arsenal, and you can see that is first against third in the table right now. It's Aston Villa playing host in this game. This is going to be an interesting one, Craig, an interesting one to pick apart, really, given the fact that it is Villa against Arsenal right now, two Spanish managers.
I mean, think about it after Villa's start to the season, which was very slow, and you wondered, well, have they run out of steam a little bit, Unai Emery's players, with all that high-octane intensity that he likes his players to play with? But it turns out it was just a slow start to the season. They go 3 points behind with a win.
Yeah.
I mean, all of a sudden they're thinking, hey, we could be hanging in there in this. But I don't know. Is it 8 wins in the trot or something like that? Morgan Rogers playing great. Ollie Watkins getting some goals again. Arsenal have some injuries, particularly at the back, but they're a strong side, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm edging towards Arsenal eking out a narrow win here, rolling the sleeves up. If you're going to win the title, these are the type of games. Got a couple of players out, go to Villa Park, the early kick-off, roll the sleeves up and just eke out some sort of close win. And that's how I see it from an Arsenal perspective.
My concern is what I saw from Arsenal against Chelsea. 11 against 10, not capable of finishing the job, and Chelsea still being a threat. 10 against 11, Neto could have scored a goal, and Aston Villa is doing great. And because I really want a race. I don't want to make it too easy for Arsenal. So when I said Chelsea would win against Arsenal, I think Aston Villa can win against Arsenal and did a very good run right now. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 for Aston Villa.
OK, that will make things interesting. That's two of the games coming off in the Premier League this weekend. There are, of course, plenty more. This is what you've got to look forward to, including Manchester City taking on Sunderland on Saturday. And it all wraps up on Monday with Wolves against Manchester United.